All right, you guys. So I'm recording. I will give you guys the benefit of the doubt and let you know that. So no picking your nose. Just kidding. Okay, welcome to tonight's team call. I hope you have a cold beverage and are ready to hear all about the awesomeness that Ashley's going to drop. So there are a few things I'm going to share my screen and go over fairly quickly in regards to MBF, which I know you all know she's here to talk about. But there's some other little housekeeping items we'll start just so we stay on time. Okay, let's see. Can you guys see this? Maybe resize this. I'm just keeping it in Canva because it's not that big of a deal. It's not that cool. But welcome to our call with Ashley McClellan. She is a 7-star diamond. She's 1 star in her CBC, 1 star in her spouse account, which you guys know that's freaking awesome. She's been in Success Club for 60 months this month. When we talked, she was only at Success Club 4. So I'm going to say she already hit Success Club 6 and hit that 60-month mark, which is 5 years in a freaking row, you guys. Like, I know you can do the math, but when I try to grasp that, that's pretty insane, right? She is a wife, a girl mom, and I just have to say badass because when we were talking about this, she's like, it's not really an accolade, but like the last few hours of the month, I'm at like Success Club 0 and I can hit Success Club. Of course, that's not how she wants to run her business, but it has happened before, and that tells me that she has amazing grit and grace to make whatever happens. And that's why when the music was playing earlier, it was about whatever it takes, because I do believe in following Ashley's story. She does whatever it takes to get the job done, and that's freaking amazing. So really quick on recognition, you guys, you're killing it. We are not even halfway through the month, and look at Brandy, Brad, and myself have already hit Success Club. Morgan, Jessica, and Peyton are at 4, and I just looked, and Kayla is also at 4, but I made this morning because I've been running around like a banshee and didn't have her listed on there yet, but I will add her and give her a shout out because I know she's at 4. I was just in the drill down. And Kim, Stephanie, Marie, Kira, and Sierra are all at Success Club 2. So you guys, this is huge, okay? So really quick, before I have Ashley pour all of the details and all the secrets and all the shiz on us, there's a few things I have to go over. Uh-oh. Please mute yourself as you pop in. A few dates. I will post this actually in the team page so you can see it, but the coach launch is July 7th. Okay, scroll brain, but when I'm in screen share, it's really hard for me to go through all of you, so please mute yourselves. Okay, so July 7th is the coach launch. I want you guys to mark your calendar. Please know I'm going to be throwing out a whole launch plan for you so that you can sign coaches in this window and make amazing stuff happen. There will be a training for you guys on the Champions page on Facebook on the 16th. The sample workouts are available June 29th, and that exclusive window is the whole month of July pretty much for coaches. July 20th, the MBFA, because as Ashley will tell you, it's 2 separate programs, but kind of one. It's like phase 1, phase 2 kind of thing, 3 weeks each. So you'll get that second sample workout July 20th. The only thing on that is between the MBF and MBFA launches is 6 weeks. So just know you're gonna have time to do that first 3 weeks twice. So I felt like that was actually a good thing before moving on. And then August 17th, MBFA will be released. But like I said, this will all go out in the launch plan. This will go up in the team page so you can take this graphic and really digest it. But I want you to take a look right here, because the freaking amazing part of the challenge pack is we are going back to including nutrition systems with the MBF challenge pack. Not only do they get Portion Fix, but they're also going to get To Be Mindset. They're going to get that whole thing plus containers again, which just made my heart sing, and I cannot thank the development team enough, because I have been preaching, how are we selling the total solution without the total solution? Like, nutrition is the major part. So I'm so excited about that. This launch is going to be freaking rad, but I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm going to have Ashley. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'm going to have Ashley tell you about it because she is part of this amazing test group. And I want you guys to all go follow her right now because following her journey has been amazing. I first found her in my 5-star group, and I'm a total quiet girl on the wall that stalks everybody in the page. I'm like, oh, who's this girl? What's she doing? And then she was in a Josh Coates training, and I'm like, she's my jam. I like reached out to her, and I was like, Ashley, what about Josh? How do I find Josh? What do I do with Josh? And she goes, I don't really like work for Josh, girlfriend, but I can tell you he's changed my life. So go check him out. And she gave me the website, which was rad. And ever since, her fitness journey could bring me emotionally to tears right now. Like, you guys, go check it out. I can't even put it into words, but she's done amazing things, and it's freaking awesome to watch. So now she's part of this amazing test group. This is her 3rd freaking test group, which is another one of those like hanging on the wall with all those cool things, because that's something that very few coaches get to do. So that would be my biggest claim to fame if I was her. But I'm going to let her take it away and tell you guys everything about MBF. So Ash, all yours, girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, that was the best intro of all time. Okay, so I'm going to go through this like in 2 parts. I don't know why I just did 4 fingers. We're going to go in 2 parts. We're going to talk about MBF, talk about MBFA, kind of explain some of it just so you guys feel like you have a good grip on what it is, what it isn't. Because I feel like I'm hearing some things about it that I'm like, no, that's not accurate. And then I'm going to do part 2 is talking about some of the things I've done to have really successful launches, both from the angle of when I've been in a test group, because like I said, like Katrina said, I have been in a couple of test groups, but also I've had really successful launches for programs I was not in a test group for. So just kind of some of my tips on that. And then I want to do, as long as we have time, I want to do questions, because more than anything, I want to be a resource for you guys and answer the questions you guys have. Okay, so let's start with talking about MBFA. So like Katrina said, it's a 3-week, I don't know why I'm doing 2 fingers. I'm just gonna stop using my hands. 3 weeks and 3 weeks. And in my head, this is the new 21-day fix. This is going to be what I start every challenger with, unless there is like a very specific reason why they are saying that they don't want to. I think this is the perfect program for anyone, because it's kind of like MM100, and I have to be careful because I think there's things that I'm still not quite allowed to tell you yet. So think MM100 with like in terms of the beat, in terms of how the music is like very intentional and you do things to the beat. The music like pumps up at a moment you need it to pump you up. You can hear in the music that like, oh, it's winding down, go hard because it's almost done. Like, you know how in MM100 you can hear it? You can hear it in MBF. You can hear when like, oh, music changed, it's time to ramp it up. Oh, music changed, I must be done. Like, you can hear when it's coming. But the moves are like 21-day fix, except no, they're not. But it's like a style of 21-day fix in terms of you're using weights in all the workouts, except I guess on the cardio days. But so let's run through the schedule really fast. I feel like I'm all over the place. So if you're allowed to be like, that made no sense, because I don't even know if this is going to make sense. Okay, so Monday's leg day, always, whether you're an MBF or MBFA, Monday's leg day. Tuesday is cardio, and it's cardio and core. To a degree, it kind of reminds me of 80-day obsession, except not. And you're doing different moves in cardio. Well, back up. Let's go through all the days, and then I'll start explaining a little bit more. Wednesday is upper body. I'm very proud of myself that I washed my hair today, because my can't lift my arms above my shoulders because all the things are on fire. Thursday is cardio core again, but they're completely different moves. So it's still cardio core, but it's not the same moves. Friday is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a total body day. So it's like the upper body and lower body hybrid is Friday. Saturday, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what it's called. It is, we're just going to call it CrossFit. I'll explain it in a second. And then Sunday is like this friggin' fantastic mobility stretch. So this is a 7-day-a-week program. I highly recommend you do all 7 days. Sunday is becoming one of the most important days because you get your handed to you on Saturday, and then Monday is leg day. Like, you need that day of loosening everything back up, because she worked you really hard the day before and she's going to smoke your legs the next day. And the stretches are designed knowing what she just did to you. She knows where you need to loosen things up. So I know some people are like, oh, I'll just skip. Like, the Sunday workout's really important. Really, really important. Okay, so how the flow of the workouts. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you do asymmetrical movements. So basically that means you kill one side of your body. And you do 2 sets of moves that are, you do, kind of reminds me of MM100. You do like, I haven't counted how many sets of 8 it is. It's probably like 4 sets of 8 of one move. You do 4 sets of 8 of another move. And then you do, so it must be 8. 8 sets of 8, 8 sets of 8, and then 4 sets of the combo. And then you switch sides. And you do the same thing on the other side. And then you go back, and then you go back. So you do it 4 times total, 2 on each side. And you're going like, I know that with bar, we were all like dying with 2-pound dumbbells. This is not bar. This is like, you're holding 20s. Like, this is heavy weights. And then you, in MBF, once you finish so side, 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 then you go into a 60-second hit with the bod rope. This is a bod rope. So it is a cordless jump rope. They look like they're weighted, and technically they probably weigh maybe a pound, but they're not heavy. They require like massive amounts of coordination. Be prepared. And when you smack yourself with them, you will be in good company. I have given myself some wonderful bruises from these things. So you go 60 seconds of jumping rope as hard as you can. The beginning of it, you're kind of jumping to the beat, and then after 30 seconds, like I said, you hear the music change, then you're supposed to sprint high knees for the next 30 seconds, okay? Then you finish, you get like a quick second to breathe, then you go into block number 2. Block number 2 is you do 2 different moves, and you're using weights in each hand, so it's not asymmetrical. We're gonna work all the muscles at the same time. Do 2 different moves. You're gonna do a move, then go back, move, go back, move. So there's no combo in that second set, but you repeat it 3 times, and then again, go to the bod ropes, go as hard as you can for 60 seconds. Then you do the asymmetrical concept again, but it's totally different moves. Jump rope, then you do the combo, or not the combo situation, the move thing. Peyton, yes, the jumping is real. Yeah, so yeah, you can't order the ropes yet, but you can order them on the 7th. So that's how the Monday, Wednesday, Friday workouts work. So it's, on Mondays, all those moves are legs. Wednesdays, all those moves are upper body. Fridays, she makes the move so that you're doing like a row while you're in a lunge or something super not nice, so that you're like hurting in all the places at the same time. Tuesday and Thursday, you do a 30-second jump rope, and the jump rope moves change. So sometimes it's like a hopscotch move. Sometimes it's in and out. There's not anything like psycho. They're moves you would do with the jump rope. Anything, I mean, with very minor exception, because you technically don't have the rope at the bottom. So sometimes you do patterns that you couldn't really do. But you just 30 seconds of jump rope, and then you do some sort of squat, lunge, something, and you know what you're going to do because she shows you first. You do that for 30 seconds, then you go back and jump rope 30 seconds, do the same lunge move, jump rope 30 seconds, lunge move. So then you're done with cardio, block 1. Then you're going to do core, where you're going to do 4 moves, and you're going to repeat it twice. So you are like, and they're like not nice moves. They're like bears and things that are like designed to make you hurt in all the places and make your heart rate really, really, really high, even though it's core. And then you do new cardio with a jumping leg something move 3 times, then do core again. She changes it a teeny bit, do that twice. And then you do 3 new cardio jump situations and the core. And then when you think you're done, you do a thing called an AMRAP, which stands for as many reps as possible. If you are in CrossFit, you know what I'm talking about. because I have a couple people who do CrossFit that I have not said that phrase, but I've like explained, so there's a timer and we have to do it as many rounds as possible. And they're commenting and they're like, you're joining AMRAP. This is a CrossFit thing. So this is like a very CrossFit workout. And you do those 3 jumping moves that we did at the end of the cardio blocks. You're going to put them all together and you're going to set a time. You have a timer and you're going to see how many times you can do the circuit of all the moves combined. She shows you what to do. You go as hard as you can. And it's kind of a Transform 20 style that you're trying to beat your numbers week to week. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're completely different moves. So all Tuesdays are always the same. So you're trying to beat your Tuesday numbers. Thursdays, you're trying to beat your Thursday numbers. So they're completely different moves. So it makes it so that you're never like, I just did this 2 days ago. Like, it's still completely different moves. And then on Saturday, the workout is called an EMOM. I'll type it in the chat because I had never heard of this before. It means every minute on the minute. So what you're going to do is, say, for example, you're doing inchworm to push up. That's a real move. You're going to do, you have 40 seconds to do 8. And if you finish faster than that, fantastic. You get to breathe that much longer. So the sooner you're done, the sooner you get to breathe. If the 40-second mark comes and you are not done, you have to stop. So you can breathe for 20 seconds, because when the next minute starts, you're going again. So you go out, do your move. So when you finish, you just stand there and breathe until you hear the like ding, and then it sounds like a video game. It reminds me of Mario Kart or something. So, and there's different moves that you do in blocks. And the goal is the faster you get it done, the longer you get to breathe. So you're trying to go as fast as you can because you get more time to breathe. And it's a shorter workout. It's only like 22 minutes, I think. So it's great for Saturday, but it will like kick your ever living trash. So we have nothing like this program in the library. I've seen some prep calendars floating around. And honestly, the only workout that I think we have that's even remotely similar is not even on the prep calendar. If you go to the program Hammer and Chisel, there is a workout called Shiz. I just looked it up. And now I'm trying to remember. I'm 99. I'm going to fast forward through this really fast and see if it's the same workout. But I'm pretty sure it's Hammer Power. I'm going to watch these moves. Yep, Hammer Power from Hammer and Chisel. That is the only program in the library that I can think of that is like, these are the kind of moves you're going to be doing. Because everything else I've seen is like, no. Like, there's pieces, and I think to a degree, I think it's cool that there's pieces, because Clean Week is Megan's original program she did for Beachbody. That's all different pieces of different programs. So, yeah, it's got like the beat your best concept from Transform 20. Some of the fact that you're going for the way that the music is set and stuff kind of reminds me of MM100. Some of the combos remind me of MM100. Some of the moves that you're doing remind me of Lift 4. There's one of the ab moves. I've seen it in Core to Force. Like, I just feel like it's a good hybrid of a lot of programs, but at the same time is nothing we have. So anyway, okay, that's a little bit about the program. So, and it's 3 weeks for MBF and then 3 weeks for MBFA. We're in week 5 right now, so we're in week 2 of MBFA. And it's, the A stands for advanced, but it's not, we were all like terrified because we were like, the original 3 weeks is kind of hard. It's, how are we going to do the advanced? And Megan was like, you guys are fine. You're going to be fine. They're only a couple minutes longer and the moves are only a teeny bit more intense. So it's, in a lot of ways, it's very, very, very doable. So as you're going through, listen, if you get anything out of this, remember this. As you're going through MBF and you're like, holy crap, you gotta like, but I can do it. I can do MBFA. I can do MBFA. Because if you can do MBF, you can do MBFA. Okay. So that's about the program. It is going to be like, this is going to be massive launch. Like, we're going to help all the people shred all the bodies in 40 minutes or less in 3 weeks. Like, this is going to be, we're going to help all the people. So In terms of like some things that I've done for previous launches, specifically to a degree, I'm not really going to talk about launches I've done when I was in the test group, because I think sometimes there's an unfair advantage. So we're going to talk about some of the things I did to like slay the 10 rounds launch. I wasn't in the test group for that. So number one, be crushing your vitals now. If you are not showing up right now, you're not being consistent right now, you're not sending invites right now, you don't have a tracking list of people to follow up with now, you're not connecting with people and building relationships now, you're not sharing your transformation and inspiring people now, working on your mindset and doing personal development now, you're like, nothing is going to magically happen just because the brand new program came out. Okay. Make sure you are slaying the vitals. And the thing that I'm obsessed with about our vital behaviors is they are controllable things. Our vital behaviors are not be a 15-star diamond, help 15 of your coaches also achieve that. Like that, you can't control that. You like, that's not something you can control. You can control that you did your connections. You can control you did your invites. You can control that you're crushing your journey. You can control you're showing up on social media. Okay. So tip number one, make sure you are like slaying the vitals right now. Tip number two is breadcrumb it. So as the sample's getting, even before the sample is here, I would be talking now about, you know what, I am doing 10 rounds. I'm on week 3. And I'm super excited because when I'm done, I'm doing a new 3-week program we have coming out that's like a CrossFit style that you use an indoor cordless jump rope. And I'm freaking stoked for it. As we get closer, I'll be telling you guys more about it because there's a sample workout coming in a couple of weeks and I can't wait to fill you in. But I'm going to finish 10 rounds. Like that's it. That's like, you can say that in one story. You can drop that in one sentence when you're talking about a sweaty selfie, but you can like breadcrumb it now. You can breadcrumb it with your challengers. You can breadcrumb it with your coaches so that they know what's coming, so that you are building the FOMO, you're building hype, you're building excitement, and so that you're casting the vision so that people know, like, you are like the definition, in my head at least, you're like the definition of consistent. When you're not just like waking up and pushing play, you're following a calendar, you know when you're finishing it and you know what you're doing next. Like, in my head, that shows you are someone I can trust to help take me through my journey, because you are not just winging it day to day. You have a plan, and therefore maybe you can help me have a plan too. So talk about what your plan is. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about what you're planning to do. Like the week before the sample drops, do all the Instagram story features about, if you want it, drop your email here and I'll email it to you, or do the poll thing. Do you want me to send you the sample? Yes, heck yes. Like, don't put no. Or you could do the, want me to send it to you? Slide the fire emoji, or see if you can find an emoji of somebody doing a jump rope. Like, there's all the different ways. Send me a DM, drop an emoji. Like, there's all sorts of different things you can do to make it clear you have a thing, a free Vimeo link that you can send them so that they can try it out, and then make a list of all the people that ask for it so you can follow up with them. So breadcrumb it so that people realize it's coming. The day the sample drops, you're doing it. Like, unless you're like giving birth, you're doing it. Okay. Because the more, like, that helps build the credibility, that helps build the excitement. And if they're dying for a CrossFit program and they don't see you posting about it, but they see somebody else, even if they relate to your story better, a lot of times they don't connect the dots that like all Beachbody coaches can sign you up with this. So they will sign up with that person instead of with you if they don't realize that they could do this with you. So you want to make sure they're seeing that you are doing it. Okay. And then the energy behind, final tip for crushing a launch. The energy behind the pack that you choose is real. It is real. If you choose to do the VIP unlock only and you decide you don't want the ropes, you don't need any supplements, you're just going to do like the cheapest one possible, be prepared that that's all your coaches and clients are going to want. And you're not going to sell challenge packs. You're not going to get the big volume boost from it. I mean, you'll get a little bit of a volume boost, but, or if you decide, I'm not really that excited about this, I'm going to promote it, I'm going to do the sample, I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to buy it, you're not going to sell any of those, boo. Like that, you're not going to sell any of those. And versus if you have the attitude, like I'll tell you right now, I have ropes already, and they are sending a set of ropes to every elite coach as a gift. So I'm about to get a second set of ropes. Guess what? I'm probably still going to buy like a mega challenge pack because that's where my energy is the best. And I will just get a third set of ropes, and maybe I'll tell my mom to just do the VIP unlock only, and I'll give her my extra set of ropes because the energy is real. And when you do the research and you see, you know what, the mega is the most bang for the buck. Like I order bars anyway, I order Energize and Recover anyway, or order Shakeology anyway. I want the program anyway, I want the ropes anyway. I can save like several $100s by doing it all at the same time. Yeah, the mega makes the most sense. Then when people are asking you, hey, I want to get started with this, which kit did you buy? I cannot tell you how many times I've been asked that when I say, well, I got the mega because it's stuff I use anyway, and you save a lot of money when you get it that way. Guess what? Those are always the launches I sell the most megas versus when I'm like, I already have Transform 20. I already have this step. Do I really need to buy another step? Like that line of thinking of like, well, I already ordered Energize and Recover. I don't really need there's just something weird that happens energy wise. And I've noticed it with lots of my coach friends too, that are like, I didn't need any of the supplements, so I just did the unlock only. And then they don't have a very good launch. And they're like, I don't get it. And I'm not going to say that if you buy the mega that all of a sudden you're going to have like the most banging launch you've ever had. But that energy is so real that the one that you choose to buy, your energy naturally, and I sound super hippy dippy, but your energy like naturally gravitates towards that pack. And so if you do the unlock only, or you think you don't want to pay for this because maybe you'll just wait and see what everyone thinks and you'll unlock it later, your people will think, oh, maybe I'll just wait and unlock it later. Like that energy you cast is real. So anyway,
Like your skin.
That's what I have. Do you guys have questions?
I always sell the mega on launches because it's my skin in the game. If I'm committed with every product we offer, my clients are. And I tell my coaches all the time, the whole like, I'm a marketing major. If you only give someone one option, they'll always go with like, well, what's the next best thing? So don't start with Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, right? Like if you give them 3 options, they always go with the center option. Now with MBF, we're only having 2 options. So they got rid of the Mega Deluxe, so it's just Mega. So freaking sell the crap out of that, guys. Like that's their chance to try everything in our arsenal and see how it works. And then maybe next month they back off and they're more apt to just keep Shakeology on HD or whatever. But they're getting all of it at a discount. So I love that, Ash. You're killing it. And your results, I was like, I don't know, she might kill me if I'm like, and this, look at this. But your last, Melissa showed me your last result, and she's like, I don't know if Ash is ready to share this. And I'm like, holy shit, she better be ready. It's amazing. You're killing it.
They're on my feed. I finally, with everything that happened last week with social media, I was like, I'm not sharing anything right now. I'm gonna wait till things chill. So I finally buckled down, or I like braved up and shared them on, I don't know. If you look at my feed, they're the 4th one on Instagram. So I shared them the other day. So they are up. The program is like, and it's just like every program, that it's not gonna magically work if the nutrition piece is off. And so I'm actually super like, okay, time to buckle down and stop the emotional eating that's happened the last week, because, you know, test group is still a real thing and nothing magical is going to happen if my nutrition's garbage. So time to go back down. But it's crazy how, and I have an Apple Watch, and I don't track my calories or whatever because I do 2B mindset. I'm obsessed with 2B. And so I don't count my calories. I don't pay attention to that. I don't count anything. But I'm obsessed with watching my heart rate. And there are very few programs we have. Even 10 rounds didn't do this to my heart rate because you have the 45-second breaks between the rounds. So my heart rate would get that high, like at the end or when you're in a conditioning spike. But then you have a 45-second break, so it would come down, which, I mean, it's supposed to. That's the point. But, and then whatever. By the time the workout was over, my average heart rate was not what it is in MBF. My average heart rate is insane with this program, and it's because of how often you're doing the jump rope spikes. It's because the moves that she has you doing because you're lifting so heavy. My heart rate was like 170 at one point today, and it was upper body day, like not in a jump rope section, in a lifting section. On upper body day, it was at 170. Like, that's just, if you don't have a heart rate monitor, you're like, I don't even know what that means. But that's crazy. That's like cardio. That's like HIIT status. Like, that's insane, let alone on arm day. So it's yeah, we have nothing like this. I'm so freaking jazzed. So do you guys have any questions? The biggest thing that I would say to get ready now, like I said, is make sure you're crushing your journey now. I think one of the biggest mistakes I made for a long time in my business was when I was struggling, rather than, I did a post about how I was struggling today. So I still struggle. 5 years into the business, I've hit SE 60 months in a row, 2-time elite coach, picked from multiple test groups. I still struggle. So you don't like just magically stop struggling. What I've discovered is that when I'm struggling, that's not the time to do a call to action. That's not the time to say, I'm struggling, but I want to recommit. You should commit with me. That it's, I'm struggling. This is what I'm going to do to fix it. Watch me, because I want you to hold me accountable. Watch. I'm going to share in a couple days because I'm going to figure this out. And then once I've figured it out and I can come in and say, hey, guess what? I lost 5 pounds in the last 3 days. Or guess what? I got my crap back under control and I woke up to my alarm without pushing snooze 3 days in a row. Or like whatever thing I'm trying to accomplish. If anything, that's the time to slip in the call to action. So seriously, make sure you're crushing your journey right now. Because it's okay to struggle right now. It's okay that but this is when we dial it back in. Because everyone's watching. And I did a call, Abby Burgess did a call for me yesterday. And she said the best thing ever. And I thought I wrote it down. When life gets hard, people watch. Like, life is hard right now for a lot of people. People are watching. And when you are consistent, but you're authentic, you will see growth. So be consistent right now, even though it's hard. And if you are someone who magically is not feeling like this is hard right now, please message me and tell me your secrets, because things are a little hard right now. So, but it's okay that it's hard. Be authentic, and you don't have to be fake, but be consistent and keep showing up so that when this launches, that you are not like coming out of nowhere, that are like, hey, I know you haven't seen me post in a month. I'm ready to recommit with a brand new program. Who wants to buy it from me? Like, please don't do that. Or if you do that, don't be like mad when it doesn't work, because after 2.5 years of failed launches, I can tell you that's exactly what I did. And then I wondered why everyone always said launches were so great. No, they weren't. Launches were like lame. Well, it's because I did like horrendous things to get ready for them. So it's not helpful. And the other thing, I'm in Micah Folsom's downline. She always says the day of the launch and like the first day or two is about volume. So you're looking for a volume spike, which basically means you're looking for your coaches to order. Your business builders, your discounters, their business builders, their discounters, which means you're going to have a happier launch day the bigger your team is. So make sure you're doing your coach invites. Make sure you've got discount coaches in your team. Make sure all those things are happening. And you may sell a couple challenge packs. And then but I mean, especially those first 3 weeks, unless they're signing up as a coach, they can't sign up anyway. So then your job is to like crush those first 3 weeks and get like incredible results and share what you're doing. And then there's the second wave, and that's when you bring in the customers. So it's not a day one thing. So when the day comes, if you're like, well, no one brought a challenge back for me, I didn't hit SC 500 today, welcome to the club. Nobody hits SC 500 that day. Like it's that day that, does that make sense? So it's in phases. Phase 1 is you purchase, you set the tone for the kit that you're getting, then you encourage your team, your customers, like you're bringing those people in, or I guess discount coaches, and anyone who wants to sign up as a discount coach. I don't know if you guys are a discount coach team. My team's a big discount coach team. And then you do customers. So you do it in phases. Like look at the launch as a phase. Does that make sense? Okay. Seriously, guys, be so excited. This program is going to be so good. And especially because Megan is so inspiring. She knows when to say the right thing. And a lot of her tips on form, I don't know. I've been doing Beachbody programs for 12 years, and I've never heard anyone talk about where, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard this. When I feel like when people talk about squats, they say, push your hips back, or like you're sitting into a chair, or whatever, knees parallel to your hip, whatever. I feel like I've heard all those cues. Megan is talking about the angles and about how if you turn, you want your butt to be as far away from your ankles as possible. And so it makes it like, oh, okay. And so when I do it, I can actually think about like, which that's what they mean when they say push your butt back. But because she gives you like an actual visual and turns and is like, see how far away it's going from my heels? You want it to look like this. That it makes it like, I have the lowest squats with the least amount of knee pain I've ever had in my whole Beachbody journey. Like, because her form cues they're things I've never heard. She has all these things about push-ups that I've never heard about. Your elbows need to be rotated in. I've heard them say that on tricep push-ups. I've never heard them say that about a normal push-up. Like there's things that Megan says that are like, I've never heard anybody talk about it like this. And it's very helpful. You guys are going to love her. She is amazing. And she's so like genuine and authentic but she is no BS. She knows how to push you and how to like, don't give me that crap. You can give me more. And she's not opposed to modifying. So it's not a trainer that's going to make you feel bad if you have to modify, which is exactly why I will be starting all my brand new people on this. There will be a modifier. There will be someone to follow if they need low impact options. So anyone can do this. And the way that you just make the program harder is you adjust your weights, you adjust your range of motion. Like anyone could do this. And because of the music and the style of movements, it's fun. This is going to be amazing. So be ready because it's going to be awesome.
I cannot wait. Megan was at our retreat last year and she literally killed us in the Florida heat and was like, what guys? Like, I do this in my gym all day. What do you, aren't you coaches? Don't you do health and fitness? And we're all, and we did a lot of rounds, like she timed it. We were on teams competing. So it was kind of like Ninja Warrior style. She's just so great. And her story, you guys go look her up if you haven't already. Her story with her family, and we sat and talked about her years in the swimsuit competition realm, and I can tell you that it's like, we connected on all different levels, and I just love her as a human. And the only word when you were talking that comes like she's just genuine. She's so down to earth and she's so real, and I just love her. And that's why I'm so stoked for her program. And now hearing you talk about what is coming, like I knew because she does a lot of CrossFit type workouts in her gym. I'm like, it's gonna be the game changer in our industry because the CrossFitters want our shake, but they don't want to leave the box. And so if we can bring the box to their home,
right.
It's a big, big game changer. I love it.
Well, and I feel like there's so many moves that I'm like, which is exactly why I recommended that hammer and chisel workout, because you do a lot of like cleans and a lot of like things that are there. That's a CrossFit move that you swing. Like, I feel like we are always being told, don't swing your weights, don't swing your weights. And that's like, no, yes, you do. You swing your weight right now. And that you're swinging it, but I've never used the way that she uses weight. It's insane to me how I'm like, oh, this is why they tell you not to swing it. Because when she tells you to swing it, it's amazing how much weight you can pick up if you're swinging it. I am like, oh, I just lifted 25 pounds for shoulders. Well, it's because I was swinging it. But it still makes it, you come out of this feeling like you are like the most swole, strong, like I can do anything. Like, it is so empowering. It's so good. Okay, how long are the workouts? They are like 30, I should know this, 36 minutes probably on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they're probably around that same time Thursday and Friday. I mean, Tuesday, Thursday, and then like 25 minutes with warm up and cool down on Saturday. In MBF. In MBFA, they're all a little bit longer. So the weight workouts are 4 minutes. I think they're only 4 minutes longer, and the cardio workouts are 5 minutes longer. So they get up to like, what is that, 42 minutes? I think one of the workouts we had, the clock said it was 44. When I was getting ready to it said the workout was 44 minutes, but she was talking to us, demoing a move for several minutes of it. So they're around 40, between 35 and 40. We'll just say it like that. Pounds of weight. So it depends. It depends on your strength. It depends on a lot of things, but I could have used 5s today on one of the moves. I was a little too stubborn, so I was determined to stay with my 8s, but I probably should have switched to 5 for one of those sets. But I've used my 25s on other moves, and there's a couple moves that if I may need to upgrade to some 30s at some point, because I feel like I'm starting to outgrow my 25s. So you need a good selection, but it's basically the same weights you would do if you were using like lift 4. So, or 10 rounds. It's like that range, MM100, it's that range of weights. So, I have like 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25. And I do wish I had like 22, because one of the moves today, 20 was getting a little too light, but I knew if I did a 25, like there's no freaking way I would have been able to finish. So, but she also addresses that too. She talks about like, if anything, if you don't have the medium weight, start with the one that is like, there's no freaking way I can finish with that, and use it until you're like, okay, can't do it. And then switch to the next highest weight you have, so that you don't have to start and finish with the same weight. You can burn yourself out with a heavy weight and then switch to the next best thing. So, because weights are hard to find right now. That's something that a lot of people in the test group have had a hard time with. So she's had a lot of really good tips about that too. So I think that's the other thing I love about this, is she's like making this come alive regardless of what's happened with Corona, with the test group, the corporate run test group before they release it to coaches. That got like not cut short, but like all of a sudden Megan had to film them so that people could do them from home, where they'd previously been doing them together in the gym. Like they just had to completely change everything with the way they're doing the test group. And despite all obstacles, it's still happening. The program's still happening. It's still coming out. It's still incredible. They're having to like practice filming right now with everybody 6 feet apart from each other. So I don't know how the actual filming of this program is going to look, because we don't have that. We don't have the footage. All the workouts that we do are Megan in her living room. So like it's just amazing to me, everything that she's overcoming to make this. And I'm so excited for this to be like the definition of record-breaking launch, because everything she's overcome to create this and how unique it is, this is going to be so good. Oh, it's going to be so good.
I cannot.
You guys have good questions. Do you have other questions?
Yeah, somebody asked.
Seriously, it's so good.
Nothing? I will be putting together, like I said, a launch plan to help you guys go through the dates and the motions. It'll be run on Facebook with units to help get that up, obviously, before the launch. I was just looking at the scheduling timeline for it because typically when I do a launch and my team follows suit is we hit the coach window super, super hard. Like we talk about them getting the first access. So we sign a lot of coaches in that window. And just like you said, Ash, then it's 3 weeks of get yourself some amazing results so that you can share all that info and footage with your customer launch who maybe missed the first boat. So it's always 2 waves. But because July 7th is a Tuesday, if everybody purchases there, the kickoff day would obviously be the 13th. So you still might be off a week. But with the sample workout coming on, it's the 26th, right? That's a Friday. So
it's the 29th.
Is it the 29th, a Monday? I was like, they never do it on a Friday. 29th. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 29th.
That's awesome. 26th would have been better, but the 29th will take it. So we can roll it out, guys.
If it's anything like 10 rounds, yeah, the 10 rounds one came out like 3 days early. So I could see it coming out a little early. So
over the weekend's always the best because people are like, oh, Monday I'm at work. Or, you know, they're not in our mindset of like, we love Mondays in our business. You know, so I'm like, we could launch it on a Friday and then try it on a Saturday. That would be super rad. Another poor Kim Carver, another thing we can tell Kim. But I'm so excited you brought the
I'm so
you always bring the energy.
Hey, I saw one more. Okay, so Samantha said I just signed up Friday. I've been posting videos of my journey. Congratulations on signing up. P.S. Welcome to Team Beachbody. Been posting videos of my journey and talking to you about how I feel and what I'm doing. I plan to post invite Saturday. Good tips on my first attempt to get signed up. So my big tip is if you feel like you're selling and you're being weird, then you're being weird. Like if you were like trying to tell someone about how much you loved, I friggin' love this like decor thing I got. This is an actual true story. I got this at Home Goods, and there's something about the fact that they're white flowers and it's like a white and it's squarish. I don't know. I saw it and was like, I have to have this in my life. This is in a bunch of my pictures when I take pictures in my office because I'm just obsessed with it. And if someone were to ask me where I got it from because it's in pictures and I talk about it, I wouldn't be like, well, I got it at Home Goods, and if you want, I can get you a link, and then you can buy it, and then you could tell them I sent you, and then you could, like, I would just be like, I got it at Home Goods. Like, you should go get it. So when you're talking about what we do, talk about why you love it. We're not, like, trying to sell it to anyone because I don't know about you guys. I didn't sign up to be a salesman. I'm not a good salesman. I am good at sharing what I do. I'm good at sharing how this fits in my life. I feel like that sounds really cocky, but and I'm good at sharing why I love it. I'm good at sharing why 2B Mindset was the best thing that ever happened to me in my relationship with food. Beachbody On Demand is the greatest thing that ever happened to me because I am terrified of being that girl in the gym who's doing it wrong. And so I don't like going to the gym. And with my kids, I don't like going to the gym. So I share how Beachbody was the solution for me. I am the girl who had no friends, or I had friends in high school, but I was never on sports teams. I didn't have that like best friend that you do everything with. And so the fact that Beachbody sends me like matching shirts and like sweatshirts with my name on them and things to like celebrate my rank and elite and stuff is like the equivalent of them sending me like $1,000. Like it means so much to me. And that those kind of things relate to my people. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to relate to your person. So share why you love this, not what it is. And when you share why this has made your life better, I have found that makes people want to ask about what you're doing. They want more info because we're not telling them what it is. We're telling them why it made our life better. Does that make sense?
That was fire. I love it. And Sam, thanks for being on. First team call. You got to get right into a launch. If that isn't like irony, I don't know what is. Let's launch this business, baby. All right, guys. Anybody else? I don't want to take any more of Ashley's time. She was gracious and gave us a whole hour. I totally appreciate it. I'm so stinking excited. Tag her in your stories. Go follow her. Go give her all the love because she's just, okay, she didn't see the post in my team page, but I was like, this BAMF is going to talk about MDF because I keep thinking MDF is like BAMF, okay? So I keep getting it confused because I think that's pretty much what the program should have been called. But that's what you are, Ashley.
Well, it's either that or I either think it's BAMF or I think it's like RBF, like resting bitch face. That my brain is like, wait, what's it called? And I've called it MFB. It's fine. Once you've done it for like it will start to roll off your tongue. It takes a second, but it will start to roll off the tongue.
I absolutely love it. I appreciate you so much. And you guys, let's take a quick picture. Take your things off. Let me see your faces. No hiding from me. I'm that girl. Quick team photo. 1, 2, 3. We'll wait for Jamie. There's Jamie. 1, 2, 4, 5. Just kidding. Love you all so much. Have a great night. I cannot wait to kick this launch off and go watch Ashley's stories because now she can share parts of her workout that she couldn't before. Yes.
And good luck with qual, guys. You guys have got this. Hold tight. You guys can do this.
We hopefully next week we'll go into 8-star qual, and I'm just like, it's unreal. So unreal. They're the BAMFs. So thank you, Ash. We'll see you in the 5-star group. Okay, guys. Have a good night.